Today, I'll take you through mounting a bicycle on an indoor trainer, going through the best practices. Indoor cycling has become just another option for people to ride their bikes. As such, a lot of people are investing in new trainers, either direct drive smart trainers, even the old fluid trainers. There's still a lot of those around. There's a lot of queries around how to best mount your bike for the best experience indoors. Let me take you through a few tips today to ensure you're going to have the best experience yourself and you're not going to have any hiccups along the way. Okay, if you're like me, the first thing you do is throw the manual away, get your new toy, put your bike on it and ride straight away. One thing that's super important though is the skewer type you're going to be using on your indoor trainer. A lot of us will have super light titanium skewers. Save those for your race wheels. Keep those off your indoor trainer. Most indoor trainers will come with a super high strength, super heavy duty, it's a boat anchor of a skewer, but it's the one you need to use. The reason being is it provides a lot of gripping strength and it's unlikely to bend in any heavy usage. I've always used the recommended skewer with each trainer that I get, or I source myself another really thick old school one and it's been perfect. What I've got here today is the Kicker 2 trainer. We'll go through that first and then I'll swap that out for a wheel-on trainer because a lot of the principles are still the same. With the trainer on the floor here and the correct skewer installed, skip down all the gears at the back there to the 11 or 12 on the back. Open rear brakes. Back wheel out. So with the bike in the lowest gear, you know to line it up with the furthest gear on the outside there. So lining the chain up just carefully, bike goes down, making sure the actual dropouts are balanced. You can see it rock there. You don't want any rocking, you want it pushed down. And that's open really wide. Once that's in place and in the right gear, tighten this up. If your arms are long enough too, you can actually put your inside arm there on the bike to press down to make sure the dropouts aren't popping up as you tighten the skewer. And once that's tightened up, just touching that side of the frame, it's simply and tighten in. That's all we need. So it's almost impossible to quantify how tight to actually press that thing down, but it shouldn't be Superman or Hulk strength. Your mum should be able to get this thing off. That's probably the test. But do make sure it's tight enough that the bike will not jump out vertically when you're doing some hard efforts. So you really want to make sure that thing's tightened up enough that the bike won't pop out vertically under some hard sprints and some hard efforts. Yes, I do sprint a lot indoors, but not so much that you can't reef it back open when you want to get the bike out. That's probably too hard, and for carbon stays, that compression's probably not a good thing. This method that I use has worked for years across multiple bikes and multiple trainers without a problem. Taking the bike off a direct drive trainer is exactly the opposite. So whack it down into the 11 on the back. Okay, down on the 11. We pop open the skewer. See? That wasn't too hard. I also give it a few turns backwards as well at the same time while I'm taking it out, so there's enough room to get the bike in there evenly next time we put the bike back on. We'll be using the Elite Ramper for today's wheel-on example, and it all comes back to the skewer. You've got to get yourself a really strong skewer. Here's where the titanium ones won't work whatsoever. So for the wheel-on trainer, we don't have to worry about what gear we're in. We just need this resistance unit out of the way. We need the cam opened up. We shall push the bike in there. Some of them will have cutouts around here to match where the skewer goes. So you get a nice snug fit there. Line that with the actual skewer down in place. And ensuring your tyre is clean with either your hand or a rag before you engage the roller will get you a lot more life out of the roller. Once the tyre's clean, engaged on, and we're good. So there's a few of my tips to make sure your experience indoors doesn't end in any crashes or headaches. So in summary again, it's all about the skewer. Changing your gear down to the 11 cog makes it a lot easier to line up those gears when you're putting your bike on a direct drive trainer. And the tightness of the skewer is very important as well. So tighten from that side until it touches the frame, clamp it down. It should be tight enough to be able to lift the bike and the trainer up and to not pop out if you're doing a few sprints indoors. I sprint indoors a lot, done it for years, and it's never popped out. And for the wheel-on trainers like the Ramper from Elite that we've just seen, again, ensure you're using the correct skewer, make sure your tyre is nice and clean, and ensure the roller is pressed up hard enough against the tyre that you get no slippage. Hopefully these tips have been helpful for you. It's my philosophy, if you look after your equipment, it'll look after you, and that's served me quite well so far. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.